it's saying being a king of peasants isn't that impressive. Being a king of kings is quite something. And I read it and I go, oh.
He does say that in his book, yeah.
It is that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I read it again, I was like, oh, that's spot on. That's awesome. You're completely right. You could be an absolute boss at, like, playing Call of Duty with your little gang of 3 mates. Yeah. Amazing, fantastic. But really, what are you achieving? Absolutely nothing. No one's really going to be looking up to you. The same with me in the house. I could be the hardest working guy in the house, but if really the output from the house is nothing, what am I achieving? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So you need to really think about who you're surrounding yourself with. You need to find a little pack of kings. 1, get to know them, and then 2, work your way out. Like, surround yourself. And by being around those great people, you will become a greater person as well. We are finding success, and we're here to help break that monotony of your life and help you find your own version of success. Welcome back to another episode with me, Alex.
And me, Adam. How you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, living the dream as always. Yeah, back at work, mate. Smashing it out. I am feeling good this week. Had a good week. Worked hard. We had a nice little chat last week, and I'm feeling energized. This has been very good. Had a lot of. Hey, did I say about Tesla?
No.
I bought some shit.
Did you?
Yes.
Ready for the... It. How's that go?
Well...
Out before we get into that, I just want to talk about NVIDIA as well, because that's spiking at the minute.
Mate!
You seen his closing in on Apple for market cap?
Yeah.
So was it 3 trillion or whatever maybe? It's worth more than Amazon and Tesla put together.
Nuts.
And that's just... like, most of that's happened in like the last year.
But how does a company consistently grow like that?
So it's something to do with the AI chips. Don't forget, it's not growth. It's
price, yes.
Yes, and the world is betting that NVIDIA's AI chips are the absolute dog's bollocks. Now, some people in the industry are mentioning the B word, the old bubble word, because it is incredibly how fast. Like
well overinflated, isn't it?
Yeah, massively. And I've almost considered just jumping on this train up to the top and then selling quick.
Have you looked at 200 EMA?
I've not, no.
No, okay, cool.
I've not looked into it deep enough. Again, I had a bad week, so it's...
Yeah, just seen it.
Yeah, I've literally just been looking into it real quick recently. And I've not looked deep into it, which is the next step. Okay. It's just insane. It doesn't make sense how it's doing this, but it's just, I think the world is betting that they've got a bloody good AI chip.
Yeah.
And either it's going to come crashing down, because AI could be... For all we know, I know it's massive mainstream news, but don't forget, so was NFTs.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are they gone?
Gone.
Do you know what I mean?
Vanished, yeah.
Like, AI is impressive and it's great and it's helping everybody, whatever. Is it? Maybe, kind of. But quantum computing is sort of the same thing, but a bit more science-based and a bit more realistic. I don't know. If AI is a bubble, NVIDIA is definitely a bubble and it's going to go pop and sink like a tank of shit. Yeah. But... Does it change the company behind it? No, not really.
But what goes up must come down.
Oh, yeah, nice. Bit of logic,
yeah,
just my thoughts. It just triggered me when you talked about
While you're on that real quick, sorry.
Yeah.
One more thing. We, a few months ago now maybe, spoke about difference in between S&P 500 and FTSE 100. Give me the stats, because I remember we spoke about them, you texted me them. Can you remember what they were?
What do you mean?
So the average return from S&P was 10% a year-on-year average. I think you said to me, if I'm correct, it was 3.2% from the FTSE 100.
Really?
Or 5.2%.
How long ago was this?
Oh, a little while ago.
2 months? 3 months?
Yeah, a little while ago. Just popped in my head.
Yeah.
But you text me, and I'm pretty sure it said 5.5. It was like half.
It was a lot lower.
Like 4.8 or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad.
I do remember now, yeah.
So we spoke about keeping money in the country and investing back into the country, because Richie Sunak was like having this all ideas. Don't invest in the FTSE because it's rubbish. No, I'm joking.
No, you're actually right. You're right, because I remember going on about it now. It was just interesting. I was going on about my pension idea, wasn't I? And how I think because one of the reasons why America is so successful economically is because the world is investing in America.
Yes.
All right, it's got the reverse currency of the world, etc., etc. But that's going to change in the next 5 decades.
It's going to change at some point.
Yeah, it's going to. It's just
with old Barry Big Nuts being banged in jail. Or,
Oh, Trump. Yeah, I mean, no, he can still run for presidency. I was listening to it.
He's only candidating or something.
Yeah, it's just now if he gets locked up, he has to have all his private security as well locked up with him, because that's part of the role. Anyway, what was I thinking? Because you see this old BRICS annihilation? Not annihilation. Coalition sort of thing that you got the Brazil, Russia, India, China and Africa, South Africa, right? It's like a little
alliance.
Little alliance, that's the word, thank you. And looking into digital currencies and the way to shape the future, doing loads of trade deals, really quite huge trade deals. Russia, China,
we're trying to
India,
cashless now, aren't they? Yeah. So.
Like Jesus, they're going basically. Yeah, they're the closest country to cashless. I think is Denmark or Sweden also going pushing really hard. I think they are, but obviously China that's a superpower of the world. They're second largest GDP of the world. They're a very, very powerful company. So country.
Yeah.
Their trade deals with India, with Russia, with Brazil, South Africa. This could be huge.
Yeah.
Like it could be genuinely huge, and it could change. What's his face? I haven't got his book here, but old Ray Dalio has that book.
Yes. Changing World Order.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Sort of going on about this, and the states have been in charge for a long, long time, and it is just the UK used to look at the UK Commonwealth. It used to be the Netherlands used to dominate the world. So many different dynasties of the world.
Countries owning countries.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just time for change.
Yeah.
Slightly different. It might not be actual physical land power like it used to be. It'll be financial power, economic power. Power of the people. Power to the people. All that sort of stuff. Yeah. So it's just interesting. So next 5 decades or so, the reserve currency could change. Anyway, going back to my original thought, I'm rambling on here like absolute crazy man because I'm just speaking so fast. People can't understand back at home. So I do think the reason why the economy in America is doing so well is because people all around the world invest in America.
Yeah. In
these funds and these S&P 500 trackers, etc. If the same thing happened for the UK, it would be a success as well. Maybe, and then more companies will also come to the UK and want to get a piece of the pie. And it's just not the case because America has that pudding at the minute. So, don't invest in the UK. Send your money elsewhere.
Yeah.
Just abandon ship. Yeah. Have you heard Rishi Sunak talking about what is it? It's not enforced labour. I can't remember what it is. It's mandatory.
Service,
yeah. National service.
National service. That's the one.
What's your opinion on that?
It's a great idea.
Same.
Absolute great idea.
It's needed, isn't it?
For people in the UK, I'm sure if you live and you're of our age, and we're not old, but we live we're in a generation where our generation is, I think, the last of the normal people.
Yeah.
We talk normal, we act normal, we respect people, we have a brain about us that works. There's current, and no offense to people if you listen, there's some people out there that are very, very smart, the younger generation, but there is just complete cocks in the UK that just have no respect for anyone. And I don't just mean the scallywags. I mean, it's just awful.
Yeah.
They don't want to go to the gym. They don't want to go work. They don't want to do anything at school. They don't want to put anything out of life. They're sponging off their mum, sponging off their dad. It's just awful. So I really think it's a great idea.
Mm-hmm. Bring a bit of pride back to this country.
Exactly.
The one thing I see when we travel a lot is nations' flags around. Like America love everywhere. Put their flag at. China do it.
Yeah.
Bahrain, they've got
the massive.
Huge,
yeah. Mexico in the square.
Is it? I've not been, so I don't know yet. But
you will know.
I never ever see a Union Jack.
No.
I did actually. Where did I see it? I can't remember. Maybe it was in. I don't know. I was in the coach back from the airport. I just saw one. It was a tiny little one just in someone's garden, and I was like, "Joe, good man. Love to see that. We need more of it. We need more British pride.
Yeah.
And we just don't have it. I don't know if it's because we're like a little bit internal conflicts with Wales and Scotland. Wanting to be independent and so on. We need some pride back in the UK, and
I think national service will restore.
I think it will.
Absolutely.
Over time. It's a slow and steady, and it will just. You're right. It will have. It will instill some respect for people and your others, your fellow citizens around you, and just teach people important skills that just don't get taught these days.
Yeah, it's nuts, isn't it? It scares me.
That was a long intro.
Anyway, on to the podcast.
Yeah, that's right. What are we talking about?
What are we talking about? Tell me.
No, you tell me.
No, you tell me.
Okay. These people are going to get... Right.
I'm sorry.
We're going to talk about who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, we're just talking about national service. Surrounding yourself by people on national service will make you more proud of your country.
Yeah.
Vote Rishi Sunak. No, it's not an advert.
Okay,
they're not paying us at all.
No.
Maybe we should get onto him.
Unless you want to be paid.
We can
you want to be paid.
No, right, focus. Come on, we're just messing about now.
Yeah.
Who do you surround yourself with? We've spoke about it a few times on the podcast.
Yes.
We've done numerous episodes, etc. But I just wanted to reiterate because it got me. I've been thinking recently. Mm-hmm. If you listen to last week's episode, I was on about not working hard enough, but day to day feeling like I'm working harder than the people around me, people I live with, and it's just not good enough. So I just want to speak about it, get your opinions, get your, just want to speak about it, right?
Yeah, okay.
Just good vibes.
Yeah, sound.
So there's a little line I read again in a book. I can't remember what book it was. What am I reading at the minute? It's not The Good to Great.
Good to Great, no, something else.
It's the one up on Wall Street. It wasn't. Was it from there?
I think it has actually. It might be. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was from one
Peter
up on
Lynch.
Wall Street. Yeah.
Good book.
Let me get it up. A very good book so far. Fantastic. It's saying being a king of peasants isn't that impressive. Being a king of kings is quite something. And I read it and I go, oh.
He does say that in his book, yeah.
It is that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I read it again. I was like, oh, that's spot on. That's awesome. You're completely right. You could be an absolute boss at like playing Call of Duty with your little gang of 3 mates.
Yeah.
Amazing, fantastic. But really, what are you achieving? Absolutely nothing. No one's really going to be looking up to you. The same with me in the house. I could be the hardest working guy in the house, but if really the output from the house is nothing, what am I achieving? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So you need to really think about who you're surrounding yourself with. You need to find a little pack of kings. 1, get to know them, and then 2, work your way up. Like surround yourself with them. By being around those great people, you will become a greater person as well.
Yeah.
And it's just what we're going to natter on about for the next 10 minutes.
Absolutely, we are. It's a good thing you said about that because, like you said, I think back in medieval times, you had a king per castle and so on and so forth, but there was also, I think in some respects, one leader. There's one prime minister, there's one so on and so forth. Like one person that was well respected.
Yeah.
And it's the same in the business aspect now. So you've got the CEO, you've got the owner. All those little lemons, we're going to call them, working up to report to that person because they're the person that they're reported to. But that person has his own field of kings, has his own field of being in control of someone else, and he's got his mates, and they go for dinner, and everyone above you has mates that are above you, and they have mates that are above them. So whoever you think with, work with on a day-to-day basis, and they're willing to progress in life, will have very powerful mates and very powerful people. So your network is very important. Some say your network is your net worth. So if we converse, we introduce people, we speak to people kindly. We don't know who they are. They could be a millionaire, could be absolutely no one. But we treat them how we want to be treated, with respect, with kindness, with caring, and understand, listen to them, listen to their ideas. You never know, that person could help you out one day in a sticky situation and could repay you a massive favour. So I think being in a networking environment, being surrounded by people, and just putting yourself out there is a massive gain on life as it is. Anyway, surround yourself by the right people. How do you find that crowd, do you reckon? Sure, Butson.
By networking, going to events.
Yes.
But
just any event.
Yeah.
Or events that mean something to you.
Oh, events that mean something to you. Yeah. They should be in your field or something. Well, you can meet people outside of your field.
Yeah.
Could still pay you dividends. But yeah, if you're trying to grow in your field, definitely go networking in your field. And just literally, like you said, just be kind to everyone, speak to everyone. That's the key. Speak to everyone because you don't know when that could pay dividends and could help you out. They might just have that one sentence like that. No, be king of kings. Just one sentence that will just give business plan or idea. Or this is where I'm going wrong with the podcast. This is where I'm going wrong with the business. Like that's where I'm going wrong with my finances. The taxman's shafting me. I need to do this taxman stuff. Like literally speaking to anyone can help you out that much. It's also, I find, maybe not necessarily. You get your words out, Butson. You're waffling on. Another way of doing it is similar goals. So orientation. Networking with people that have similar goals to you.
Yeah.
So whether it's growing to be a C-suite man, like CEOs, CFOs, CEOs, whatever it may be around those people that have similar goals. Because, all right, the specifics might be different, but the overall agenda, the general macro economics of it and movements of it are going to be very similar.
Yeah.
Discipline, consistency, unwavering faith.
Yes.
All these sorts of things are going to be very, very similar. You can help each other through them. So I feel like being around people with the same goals is actually vital.
Yeah. And again, being around people with the same goals, but also being around people that want to be around you, because they're the ones. Be the person, like you said, speak to everyone, because there could be a 58-year-old man in the middle of the room not talking to anyone, but he's the person that could solve all your problems. But you're too shy to go and speak to him. He's too shy to go and speak to you. But you could have just had made a friend for life there.
Yeah.
So do speak to everyone about everything and actually explore the reason behind why they are there, what they are doing, and sort of ask them, how can you help me? I've got a problem. Be open, be honest, be clear, be concise with them. And 9 times out of 10, if they're the person who they think they are because they're there for a reason, they're probably going to help you out. So just be open with them. I'll tell you, it works a treat. That networking event we went to a few years ago. In London. We turned up thinking, oh my God, we're well out of our depth. We're just two big barrels here chatting to people. But in the end, we started speaking to a few different people. And this guy come up to us. He's like, so you know, what are you doing here? And we were like, yeah, we got the podcast. We do this, we do that. He goes, I think he was like 60s. I've got nothing. He's like, I haven't started investing. I haven't done trading. I haven't done nothing. I'm just here to feel it out. And I'm like, okay, well, we can help you out. If you need some help, we can point you in the right direction. You know, you're more than welcome to, if you've got any questions, just ask us. He's come to a set of 25-year-olds. Did he feel stupid about it? No, he just come and asked and spoke. Point. And we return the favour by being open and honest and not taking pity or not, you're too old to that, mate. Yeah. You just go with an open mind and speak to him about it. So it opens his world and it's opened ours as well. We've realised that anyone can start at any age if you're willing enough and have the passion to.
Amen. That was lovely, Ted. But it also means if you are surrounded by those people, the conversations are different.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I come in the studio here and talk with you, our conversations are different to...
Well, we just had a real revelation at the start of this podcast.
Exactly. We really did. That helped me out and will help me out massively, for sure. And you just don't have those conversations with people that aren't on the same sort of wavelength, on the same trajectory. Interestingly, I was in the pub the other day having some dinner, and there was some old sniggering going on about someone we know trying to graft and have a little side hustle going. Cool. And I'm a bit disappointed myself. I didn't say anything, but it was just because she's stepping out of her comfort zone, doing something quite bold, starting a side hustle, becoming an entrepreneur. It's early days, and they're just laughing at it. I was like, it doesn't sit right with me, no. This is not the type. It's not the table I want to sit at right now. I need to remove myself from the situation because it's almost toxic.
Yeah. Masculinity, not masculinity.
Well, just toxic behaviour. Just like, no, I don't like that. I want people to go, she could be trying this, they could be trying that, they could be trying. I want development. You know?
Yeah.
That's what you need to surround yourself. The conversations are different when you're with the right people. Mm-hmm. So I think again, as well as being goal orientated, those people will have much better conversations. Like you said, we solved a massive issue of mine like before this podcast. And I wouldn't have ever got there speaking to people at work, speaking to people at home.
Yeah.
And I've just been going round and round in circles. So, having those people to have those conversations with is so vital. It's just as important as networking. Or even networking, you'll meet these people to have those conversations with. Yeah.
I want to talk about, we watched a documentary where we both love this guy, Rich Froning. And I can't remember what the documentary was called now. It was on Netflix for a little while. It might be on YouTube.
Was it called Froning?
Yeah, I think, you're right. It was called Froning. Yeah. And in this documentary, whatever you want to call it, docuserie, I'm not sure what it's called. Anyway, he basically is one of the fittest men on this earth at his time. And he was basically going through his daily routine, what he doing, how he trains, where he lives, his family, his family problems, family issues, family gains. And it was competition time. And basically, when you travel as a competitor, as an athlete, you travel into a different area, location, zone, whatever you want to call it, that you're not used to. It's not your home. It's completely different. You're staying in a hotel room. You're not really familiar with your surroundings. However, one thing you are very familiar with is the people that you compete against. And if you're friends with those people, they can help you out massively. So you're surrounded by people that want to do the same thing as you, improve, win, and just all in all have a good time, right? So in the evening, Rich Froning surrounded himself with those athletes, his competitors, because they wanted the best sleep, they wanted good nutrition, and also the best recovery. So they used to sleep in the same room because they just have, a grand time they did. But, the best way of recovery is by not knowing all your mates are in the same room, because you're not going to hear next door's going to be banging, the other door's going to be banging, so on. It's going to be a nice quiet environment, and you can all stay in the same room, nice and quiet, nice and clean. and you're happy. When you wake up, you're fresh, you're good to go. You work up at the same time. You've all got coffee at the same time. You've got dressed at the same time. So it's just an all-round better place to be because you're ready to go from that point onwards.
Yeah, they've surrounded themselves with incredibly like-minded people, which is almost bulletproofing your well, in that case, that weekend for him, but also your habits, the things you do that day, the way you work, the way you do everything. If you surround yourself with those people, it's almost like you're stepping out of. You're almost like a bunch of sheep.
Yeah.
And if you're the one that goes and has a vodka martini at night, that's weird. Why are you doing that? You know?
Yeah.
But you won't have it. You'll have that almost herd mentality of we're going to be the best we can be.
Exactly.
So while the herd mentality and being in
9
groups
to 5,
can be
not a good thing.
bad.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's also a good side of it. So you just need to find those right people.
It's also finding your herd, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Exactly.
Yeah.
You took the words out of my head.
Yeah.
Like it's spot on. You need to find your little herd. And then it's perfectly healthy to be like that. That's ideal. Influencers do it a lot.
Yes, yeah, very true.
You see,
renting houses and stuff like that. They rent houses together.
Yeah, exactly. All just because again, that's quite a niche. Even these days, it's quite a niche way of making a living.
Yeah,
you're just doing videos, selfies with yourself. So why not pair up with other influencers and put your minds? What's the saying? Yeah, if you want to go fast, go on your own. If you want to go far, go together. Find someone to go with. And I think they're doing the exact. Like, the people that I've been seeing do this are doing the right thing because they're surrounded themselves with people that have the same ideas, the same goals, and their conversations will be different, and they will accelerate their future.
Absolutely.
It's just good thinking. Whereas if you're not doing it, you're hindering yourself. You're in a running race with no shoes. On a track.
Yeah.
Stop it. Go and get yourself some shoes.
There's some spikes in the bottom.
Yeah. With all the other boys.
Yeah. That's a very good point, actually, yeah. And you all eat healthier, you'll train healthier, you'll sleep better. It's just the place to be. Find your herd and stick with them.
Exactly. Yeah, amen. Love that.
Anything else to add?
No, I like find your herd.
Yeah, find your herd. That's good, that, isn't it?
Name of the podcast.
Oh, find your herd. Facebook, Instagram, and X links will be down below. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and share this podcast. Help get this podcast get there so we can help the world. Take care, guys. Have a good week. Go smash it, and we'll see you next time.